for a drive and see what we can find. Amazing. Is it backwards? I think it's backwards. Hold on, let's turn the screen around. Okay, right here. This place. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically it's kind of like one of those, it's like a thrift store, but, oh crap. It's not commission. What do they call that? Consignment. It's a consignment store, and it's, oh my gosh, it's got the coolest stuff. So I found a bunch of stuff, including some Christmas gifts. So I will be I'll go through that when I get back to the house, and my husband's done moving equipment, or I don't know what he was doing. Whatever he was doing, he's done, and he wants pizza for lunch, so I'm game. So I'm at Hungry Howie's. Yeah, yum. So while they're cooking that, I'm going to go to the store and get some milk because we're out of milk, and I'll come back and pick that up, and we'll go home and have lunch, and I'm going to go play with my new bags of a lot of stuff. Okay, see you in a little bit. Morning. So obviously I didn't check in last night. We just kind of ended up hanging out and knitting and watching a movie, and I don't know, I was just relaxing, so I didn't film anything. But I didn't end up going to Arnie's. I did go to that, obviously, that really cool store where we got some stuff I'll go through today, but I didn't go to Arnie's because they were closed, so that's just gonna have to wait for another day. I slept in today, which was nice. I'm tired for some reason. I think my brain's busy. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do today, but I'm gonna start with coffee. So there's been a lot of moving around and not a lot of knitting content so far. So I thought I would go over a couple of things that I'm working on. I have more projects, but I'm not touching them at the moment. So I'm just going to go over the two that I'm working on right now. Oh, I just shook the table. Sorry. So I've got one more that's it's a jumper for my niece that's supposed to be born in a couple of months, but I have to get some more yarn, so I'm not touching it right now until I can get some more yarn, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to show you two things that I'm actively working on, like yesterday, today, and who knows what will happen tomorrow. So so the first one, I started this forever ago. I was going to go to a fiber festival in Michigan, which is where I live. And it's a couple hours away. And then we had a bunch of baby calves, and I couldn't go because they needed to be fed, and they're little, and things can go wrong really when they're really, really young, and they were really, really young. So I got bummed, and so I threw this in a corner out of protest. And so, but I picked it up because I really want it, and I think it's something that I can wear year round. So first, what it is, it's the, how do you pronounce this? Riviette. I'll put a picture. I'm going to scoot over. I'm going to pop a picture in right here of what it is. But it was designed by Rachel Brockman. And I think it's something I can wear in the summer, but I could wear it with a cardigan in the winter and fall. So I really want to finish this. The yarn I used is, can I see? It's by Dyetastic. I bought her on Etsy, and I'll pop that in as well. The colorway I got is called Saffron, and I got it on her Perfectly sock base. And I love this yarn, and she delivered it super quick. So I've only bought from her this one time, but it was an excellent experience. So off of that experience, I would recommend her. So anywho, this is the front. It's the same on the front and back. You can't really tell, but this is what I have so far. It's not quite as bright as it looks in the photo, in the picture. Like, it looks more orangey. It is more red, like, well, crud, huh? It's not this orange. It's more red, more burnt red. So just pretend there's a shadow. See the color in the shadow? That's the color it is. It's not this orange. But anyway, it's beautiful. And it's got some beautiful cabling in the front, but then these sections here are really mindless. So I can absolutely knit this while watching TV, on the road. It's not that hard of a knit at all. I believe, don't quote me because this pattern's been sitting for a while and I've just recently picked it up, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's knit front and then back and then pieced together. I hate that. I don't mind piecing things together. That doesn't really bother me. But when it's something like this and it's the exact same in the front and back, and the only reason it's, I think, pieced together is because it has a high-low hem. There's no reason for that in my mind. I can just go round and round and round. So what I did was I cast on the front and the back separately, knit them to their lengths, and this is knit from the bottom up. So I was able to follow the instructions exactly as written up until where they're supposed to join, or where they're supposed to meet. You're not supposed to join when you knit this, but eventually you would seam it, right? So it's gonna get seamed here anyways. So then I just joined them in the round, and I'm knitting it in the round. And then when I get to the point where I'm like under the arm and I'll have to split, then I'll have to knit back and forth. But to get through the main body of it in the round is easier for me. So this is it. I really like it. I'm curious to see what this yarn does when it's washed and blocked. But I don't mind if it's slightly like see-through a little bit, because I could wear a tank top underneath. In the summer, I would not do that because I would die of heat stroke, but in the fall I could. And then for like the bust area, I'll just wear, like, I think they call it a bandeau. It's like a bra, but it's like straight across. I don't have big boobs, so I can do this straight across. And people wear them like under tank tops if they're cut low and stuff. I can do that. I have a couple of them. And I don't mind if like my back is showing slightly. I live on a farm. No one sees me really. I'm not too concerned. But anywho, I'm loving this so much. And I am, oh, I'm tangled. I am knitting off of like alternating skeins just because it's 2 hand-dyed yarns, just to be safe. I don't want to put all this work in, and then later in the right lighting, suddenly I realized there's like massive stripe in the product. That would irritate the crap out of me. So it's no big deal. I just alternate them. But it's beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it. I do really love this cable down the front with these little ones. And then when this pulls out, you'll also have like this stripe here. And then in the side, underneath your arm, it's very beautiful. I love it. So that is one of my projects. And I'm a very loose knitter. So I think the called for needles are US 4, 3.5 millimeter. Did I do that? I might have done it because I just said, screw it, let's try it. I did. So I'm actually using the called for needles. So this may be holier than hers was because I knit pretty loosely. So I generally have to go down a needle size. But I'm pretty sure I swatched this. Or I said, I don't care. That's totally possible. Anyway, it's on my needles and I'm enjoying the process. All right, so the only other thing I'm going to show right now is socks. So I'm a new sock knitter. I never really got into it, but I tried. Oh, okay, let me pull it up because I did try some socks. Let's go. Okay, so Nikki Knits Designs, and I will pop her in right here. And I'm going to also pop in this pattern, or a picture of the pattern. It's called the Even Heel Socks. I don't think it's free, but it wasn't expensive at all. And maybe I got it I might have got it like on some kind of discount. I think I did, but sock patterns are not that expensive in general. So my opinion is I absolutely love this pattern. This is the reason that I was like, okay, I like knitting socks. I've tried socks before and they bugged me. This changed everything and created a sock monster. So the reason I loved this so much was the heel. The heel was amazing. And her pattern explains it better than I could. So I would recommend that. And she's on Instagram. I think it's Nikki Knits. I could check. I'll just pop it in here because it'll take me forever to find it. And she's on Instagram. She's on Ravelry. I don't know if she's on Facebook. I'm probably everybody, I think, is on Facebook at some point. So anyway, I knit a pair of socks off of those. And I can pop a picture of those in here too. These are not the ones I'm working on. But it made me realize that I enjoy socks. And they were cuffed down, which for me, at first, I was like, how am I going to make sure they fit? But it worked out. It worked out really good. So I loved them. And then the only change I made, and this is all in Ravelry, and I'll put my Ravelry thingy in here too. So if you wanted to find this project, I have all my notes. I put it in there when I was doing it because I wanted to be able to repeat the process. I did the anatomical toe, and in my Ravelry page, there's a link to the video that I used to make that toe. Love, love, love that toe. If you have like my toes arc, like everything arcs like together, the toe is amazing. But it also made me want to try like different things now that I apparently like socks, and I will wear them. I will absolutely wear them. So, I decided I'm just going to try something different. I can always rip them out. If I don't like it, I'll rip it out and I'll go back to the other one. My tried and true, love, love, love this even heel sock pattern. But why not try something else? So what I'm going to try is, or I am trying, is the rounded toe up this time. My only concern is I'm super picky about the cast off at the top of a sock. If it's loose or too tight, it's going to bug the crap out of me. So I might knit this whole thing and at the very end realize that I can't stand the cuff, but it's just knitting. Who cares? So I did the rounded toe, and I got this off of, I think it's in here. Okay, here it is. So the rounded toe it's called the Seam Free Rounded Toe for a Toe Up Sock, and it's a recipe by Lynn Ashton. And I got it off of Ravelry, but I also found it on Pinterest. I will put a link to this in the show notes because that's a really long name to put on the screen. So I will put a link to this toe in the description, and I'll put a link to all the other stuff I just talked about in there too, because that'll probably make it easier. But I tried it on. I mean, it's a baby, but I did try it on just to see if it was gonna bug me, because I cannot stand when I have like all this extra fabric by my like pinky toe area. That bugs me. So they seem to fit, so we shall see, but I'm liking it so far. This toe sock yarn is the same sock toe cuff yarn I used on my other sock that you saw a picture of a minute ago. And I think it was Patons Gray something. It will be in my Ravelry page under the socks that I already finished because that's what I used. I can't tell you what this is. Oh, it fell apart. I got this. There's a yarn store near me, and they do like this garage sale thing once a year, and everybody can bring in like yarn they're not using anymore, bits of yarn, like parts of skeins, all kinds of stuff, and they sell it at a reduced cost. And I believe some of that cost goes back to the person who brought it, or they get store credit or something to that effect. So that's how I got it. There's no label, nothing, but I like it. It's pretty. And then this is how it's knitting up. Not that it matters because I don't know where to tell you to buy it, but that's actually pretty accurate color-wise. I really like it. So that's my plan. And then I don't know what heel I'm going to do. Part of me wants to try a new heel just to try something new. Everything else is new. Why not try something new? And then the other part of me wants to try to do the same heel from the Even Heel socks, but see if I can like figure out how to do it from a toe up perspective. I haven't figured that out yet. I guess I'll figure it out when I get to the heel. I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I'm working on. And so any knitting you see today that's filmed, it will be on one of these things until I get the yarn for the jumper. I keep calling it a jumper, but I know that that's also called like sweater in some places. So it's like a onesie, right? Like a big fluffy onesie with cables. Anyways, that's what I'm working on for my niece. And it is just sitting until I can get some more yarn. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to do some knitting, and then I have to do some chores. Life. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, so my husband came in and said that one of the babies is just seeming kind of under the weather. Babies, I mean calves, by the way. So he wanted me to go check on her and see what I thought. And I think she's just getting a little bit of a respiratory inflammation that can happen. It's winter, it's cold. They are protected from the weather, but they're babies and that's livestock. So I'm just going to go give her a little immune booster, and I'm gonna have to run back into town later and get some more electrolytes. I add that to some warm water and just give her system a boost. Hopefully that will help her, but it'll have to be later on because we've got a guy coming by for a farm visit, so I'm gonna go do that right now. So these are a bunch of our sort of little ones. They're not itty bitty babies anymore, but hi girls, but they've got a big pen, right now they can't go outside, but they don't want to because the weather is terrible. So they stay inside. And then that side of the barn over there has an outside pen attached to it. So if it were summer, they would be over there. Yes, you fuzzy fuzzies. Fuzzy fuzzies. Yes, fuzzy fuzzies. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to eat my clothes. Yes, kisses. Oh, who else is coughing? Somebody else got a cough, or are you just choking each other out? Oh my goodness. Yes. Gotta love everybody. Yes, gotta love everybody. Hi, girls. Hi, Olive. Yeah, hi. Somebody's chewing on my boot. Who is that? Chewing on my boot? Yes, good girls. Okay, well, I'm sure this is probably making people dizzy, but, so they were bottle babies. I fed them with bottles, and that's why when they hear my voice, they instinctively suck on me. So, ouch. Somebody just headbutted me. What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna get out of this pen now. Whoop, we're sliding.